Hey guys, just checking in with you. So, anyway, me and my godfather's gotten to, sorry about that, another one of our arguments and shit, and I'm like, when he wants to ask me the same question over and over, like, him hearing me in problems is like, okay with him and shit, which probably is. But anyway, so, I'm like, shit. As I had to sit there and explain to him so vividly and extensively, being that I'm in the fucking hole, you know what I'm saying? Like, sitting there waiting around, sitting there, trying to do my work, sitting there trying to, at least have things together, so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? I put all of what it is I had into it. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times when you do things, it's good to put all your cards in. So that way it be no turning back. You know what I'm saying? So you understand solid decisions. You know what I'm saying? I don't give myself too many options when it comes to things sometimes. So I'm like, shit, the time that y'all spent sitting there digging me into the fucking hole and shit, you didn't spend no time to do anything that was, that I told you that I needed. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I'm complaining, the reason why I have all this stuff going on, so on and so forth, is because of what it is that's there. And I'm like, shit, I don't want to let go of things, but I'm like, shucks, I also have to understand, look, there are certain expenses, there's certain things that I have to hold up right now, certain stuff, you know what I'm saying, things of that sort. And I'm like, shucks, when I sit there and look around, there's nobody to turn to, because it wasn't no money thing when it was with those, you know what I'm saying, with those situations. It was mostly like, you know what I'm saying, I was helping people, you know what I'm saying, I see you, and then that's it, goodbye, and so, I'm like, shit, that which I have to depend on, you know what I'm saying. So, I'm like, shit, I'm in a motherfucking hole. And some people may not understand what I mean by that, or how extensive that situation may actually be in its entirety. But I'm like, shit, if it was quicksand, I'd be like, shit, there's probably 2 or 3 people sitting there pushing me further down in. You know what I'm saying? And once they noticed I had the keys to the car, then that's when they tried to send help. And so I'm like, shit, it just come to the point that I'm just like, okay, well, being that I may have a whole lot of good things that I may have going on, but I'm surrounded by things in which is foundaments of my own self and other things, you see what I'm saying? I have to let go of certain stuff, and because it's not going to raise me up, it's not going to, you know what I'm saying, it's not going to put me forth with effort, you know what I'm saying, everything it would be in regards to it be for selfish means, cause or reason, you know what I'm saying. So I'm just like, shucks. And it's the reason why I be complaining about stuff sometimes and be sitting there feeling like that, because I'm like, shit, I put a lot of work into some of these things. You know what I'm saying? Not just saying that, but like when it comes down to it, when I'm able to put this stuff together, it's going to be really nice. But I like shit. When something loose on, I guess. I try to have to come to the reality, you know what I'm saying, of understanding it. I like shit. Gave my all. There ain't nothing else. As I sit there and look, there's no more, you know what I'm saying? There's no other avenues. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, maybe I could take this route, that route. It's just me just sitting there just clean up the same repetitive situations, this, that, and the other. And I'm like, shit, I'm wasting my time. Considering its full potential, wasting my time. And so, I like shit. Instead of taking that time to do something right by me. You know, the complete opposite. You know, and when I say those things, I'm saying that in regards to, like, different things, you know what I'm saying, within the peoples or whatnot like that, who have handled me, or, you know what I'm saying, or, you know what I'm saying, had these situations in their hands, had these opportunities to make choices, plans, or decisions, things of that sort. You know what I'm saying? I don't say it with no envy, no strife, no malice, nothing. It's just more so to say disappointed. You know, considering the truth about the situation, I'm like, well, yeah, I feel disappointed. You know, and I be like, shit, what made me also even more sick to my stomach for the most so is like the propaganda behind and within all of these things. I be like, shit, we be growing up believing certain stuff, and if somebody went and did it, or if these things were to happen, you know what I'm saying, it would be the complete opposite. Like, no. You know? And so, I'm like, shit. Either I just sit there and just keep on crying, still keep on sitting there being, and like I say, suffering, so on and so forth, you know, or sit there and drop it, let it go, and go and do something else with myself that would fix my wounds, instead of me sitting there going around the same individuals, opening up the same old wounds, same old things. They're like, yeah, because we're not all on the same page. And I was like, shit, came so far. And I was like, damn. But I guess that part is just destined to replay itself over too. So I'm like, shit, what's the point in it? What is the point? The only way that shit would change is if a few other variables sat there and did something different. But I really doubt if that's going to happen, because of who and what these things are. That's what I'm saying. You know, so I'm like, shit. I'm like, damn. They say it's almost impossible. I mean, no, it's not impossible. It's impossible, but it's not impossible. But it's like, I'm like, shit. Is it worth the headache, though? Like, is it worth the time? You know what I'm saying? For something it is that's there that, I mean, I know it may, but at the same time, I'm just like, man, I'm just out of options, out of avenues, out of corners, out of motherfucking rope string, anything else. I'm like, I looked all through my Dora Explorer backpack, and I'm like, God damn it. Sorry, you guys. I'm like, shit. It's like every door is, and I open these doors and I'm able to start working and configuring and fixing things, and then it's like, shit, after a while that door just seems to like kind of, you know, like become stagnated. Shit in there becomes stagnated and shit. And then I'd be like, man, and I was like, man, and I was fixing it though. I was doing something. I'm like, y'all may not be able to see it, but I know what it is I'm seeing. You know what I'm saying? I know what it is that I'm doing. This is what I'm good at. You know what I'm saying? Amongst other few things. And I'm like, shit. But I don't know, man. All I can say is just sit there and say, I love and I care about y'all, bro. And I'd be like, dang. I mean, like, if I had other avenues, I'd be like, shit, no problem. I can get these things done. This, done. No problem. You know what I'm saying? If I say I can do something, if I say I'm going to go get it done, if I say I'm going to help you with something, I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit there and cut and run and shit. You know what I'm saying? Know what the fuck to do. It's just a simple fact that I wouldn't call it stumbling blocks. It's more so like, maybe like stumbling blocks. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm like, it's nothing that I can't handle. But at the same time, it's also shit that I can't kind of see myself through without certain provisions or clarities and shit like that. And I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, I'm discouraged and shit like that. But it's just more so like, I'm a kind of person like where I want my shit on point. It's on point. It's good. My plans are done. It's going to work. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be okay. It's going to be fine. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, shit. Maybe I just throw in the towel for a little while. Yeah, about 5-10 years or something of that sort. I don't know. But really, no, I need to take some time for myself because I'm like, shit, it's too expensive. You know what I'm saying? It's too expensive. You know, and I wouldn't mind. But it's just that what it is that's there. And it's not that I'm not grateful. It's not that I'm not happy. It's not this, that, and the other. And hey, look, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, shit, I don't know how you can get any other answer from that. I'm like, shit. But I'm like, okay, whatever. Just leave it alone, leave it be. Because I'll be like, same thing. Like, even I was like, man, the more it seems like I try to help you, it's the more that your fucking guilt sits there and rears up your bullshit to defend yourself against something that I'm not even concerned about. It's like I'm paying for shit. I'm getting in trouble for things and pushed this way and pushed that way for reasons that is besides me. And I'm like, shit, you call me here for that. And I'm like, damn. Then I look at all the people that's there like, yeah, we like you being around. I'm like, shit, I like being around y'all too. But you know what the problem is? Assholes. You know what I'm saying? And the people that sat there and stood in the way of me trying to do because they wanted to sit there and do the hanky-panky and the stanky-wanky. And they put that before your lives. They put money, friends, laughter, jokes, and all the fun and everything like that before the consideration of another. And I was the one stuck in the middle of that bullshit. I was the one suffering with it. And regardless of what somebody may know what it is, and I'm doing these things, that, or the other. But I'm like, shit, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? These people have seen my face, though. I've been there. You know what I'm saying? I was there trying to cheer him up, trying to be there, showing them, hey, look, you know what I'm saying? Reaching out for them, pulling their mind up out. You know what I'm saying? Hey, pay attention. You know what I'm saying? You all right? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just whatever. But at the end of the day, when I look around me, all I remember is just problems. And there's nothing around me. Misery. Just misery. Miserable. So, yeah. So, anyway, love you guys.